Ranch them in the pasture, run them in the pen, work them on the Sundays, do it all again. Race them in the sand, buck them in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching the Peppered Stewart Show.
Wait a minute. What did Zeke Thurston tell you guys? He told you you're watching. And that is the fact, guys. You are watching or you are listening, depending on where you are, what you're doing, and what is happening. That is what you're doing right now. You are watching or listening to what is happening today. We got a lot of stuff happening today, by the way. As we always do. Always do. I know you're staring like, what in the world is that shirt? I'm telling you right now, Jefferson, Texas, the Lazy Draft in Jefferson, Texas. Big fans of the show. They also carry the Master Hatters hats there, and they got these fancy shirts down there. So we were down there the other day for a little mini vacation type deal. Went in there and talked to those folks and did a little shopping, which that's what happens, right? When you go somewhere. Do a little shopping. So if you ever happen to find yourself in Jefferson, Texas, go to the Lazy Draft and check out the merch. You will not be disappointed. We got a lot of stuff happening today. We got some guests coming in. We are going to talk to Jarrod from RanchWorx. They've got some stuff happening with their Pasture Aeration that we're going to talk about. Some more stuff is happening. You got the Celebrity Cutting in Fort Worth that's going to be taking place this week. You got some more rodeo news happening. The Ultimate Bullfighters World Finals is going to be coming up. Also, some news for you guys, your odd news that you like so much. Got a couple of those for you. We got some good movie trailers from some stuff that's coming out, some stuff that's already out that you may know or not know about. So we're going to throw those at you as well. Some events that will be coming up after the first of the year. We got that too. And if you are thirsty in the mornings and you're like, man, I got to get up and get after it. I need some coffee that's going to do it. All you got to do is go to pepperstewart.com. When you see the free reign link, you click it, you order your coffee, bam, you're awake. There it is. Do it live. Oh, so much fun. Live video, so much fun. That's why I do it though. I enjoy that stuff because you don't get that a lot of places. You get teleprompters and chopped up, multiple edited stuff. We're not that way. We don't roll that way. We do it live. One and done. If you liked it, you did. If you didn't, well, that's what happens. Take a little gander at this little clip here of this aerator in action. Then we're going to talk to Jarrod about it.
Success in pasture renovation is all about using the right tools. And to get the job done, it's going to require significant weight, a large cutting surface, and speed. RanchWorx Aerators are overbuilt to last, constructed with a thick steel water-filled drum and forged blades that are backed with a lifetime guarantee against breakage. Weight, blades, speed. That's what sets RanchWorx apart. Ready to see the difference? Visit RanchWorx.com and get the job done right.
Get it done right the first time, right? Do it right the first time. Jarrod, are you there with us?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what is happening in your world today?
Man, just staying busy.
That's all you can do.
You guys.
That's all you can do. So tell us about this. Tell us about the aeration and kind of what it does and how does it help your pasture?
Man, the way our equipment works, so the blades are going to cut into the ground about 3-4 inches, cut through the root and the rhizome, stimulate root growth. It's going to leave a slot in the ground for the moisture, nutrients, oxygen to get in, but it's going to shatter the ground below that blade. The way of the design of the drum and the speed, it microfractures and shatters that ground down deep, allowing the moisture to percolate deeper. The water can percolate deeper, the roots will go deeper, which gives you a bigger, stronger, healthier plant.
Okay, and so is that something that you guys design that kind of helps you stand out a little bit from the competition?
Yeah, we're the only ones that really have a drum aerator like that. Most of them are a spike or a tine on an axle, and they need big concrete blocks and stuff like that to weight it down. Ours is extremely heavy without anything, but it's 100% adjustable with the weight because you put water in the drum if you need to. So you can weight it a little bit. You don't have to put half a ton at a time.
Right.
And the blades is the main part. That's a proprietary. That's our deal. It's a Ranch Tech blade. They're guaranteed for life against breakage.
Okay. And
Yeah.
with the water and putting the water in your drums, is there a variation of size? Say if somebody's got a small area, a small pasture, they want to work, or if you got a huge pasture, do you have singles, doubles, triples? How does that come about?
We make several different models. The single drums are mainly for ranchers, cattlemen, hay growers for pasture ground. The tandem units are more for brush management. They're a bigger, heavier. It's kind of like an offset disc. Also, they're pitched, so there's some angle there. And the triples even more so for brush management. They're really really big. I mean, up to 54 foot wide. We make some big stuff.
Okay.
The
And when
water is the adjustment for the blade depth.
and when you say brush management, what kind of brush are you talking about? Scrub brush? Are you talking about like some small trees, or what are you brushing?
Anything from small saplings, sage, stuff like that. Down in South Texas, they spray the mesquite and then let it dry for a year and knock it down. I've seen them go over 15, 20 foot trees with these things. If you can drive over it, it'll knock it down, chop it up.
Okay, so when you're doing your brush management, you're going over your brush. Is it once you run over? Do you just? I'm trying to figure out how it works. When you run over the brush, and then once you, I guess, run it all down, then you come back, you push it up, and then you go over it again, or how do you
Yeah,
work the ground after
you
that?
don't you don't push it up. So they'll spray it, let it die, and then run over with the aerator. So the double drums are offset, so they're much heavier, so they're going to crush and chop it up into pieces. Knock it just knocks it down and chops it up into pieces. On the bigger uh, branches down there, they'll come back a year later and do it a second time, and then they'll aerial seed and put it back in grass.
Okay, and on on your brush down there, what areas are you? I guess I'm not familiar. So are you in Texas? Are you a different place? What area of the country are these most beneficial in?
The factory is just north of Waco, but we sell them all over the world. Uh, they use them for brush management. We call it brush management. They're dealing with palmetto in Florida, um, uh, mesquites down south, some big heavy brush in Oklahoma, New Mexico, Northern California. Anywhere there's brush needed. We got them doing the same thing in Australia. I mean, we ship them all over.
Okay, and as far as your attachments and hookups, I mean, it's pretty easy to hook one up, or just plug into the pintle hitch, or how they hook up to your tractor.
Drawbar, single pin with a drawbar. On the single drums, it's just two hoses for one cylinder. Or the bigger you get, some of them have two cylinders, but just to lift it up and down,
Hmm.
it it's very very simple to operate the machine.
Okay, and what about? I know you say you can fill them up with water to get maximize your weight, fluctuate the weight that you need for the ground you're working on. What is it? Pretty easy to drain the water? How does your water work on that as far as going in and out?
You've got you've got two plugs, one on each side. If you were going to fill it half full of water, you put the plug at 6 o'clock, and the water's coming out. You're half full. Same thing. That's how you're doing your adjustment. When it's time to release the water, if you've got your plug on the bottom, the opposite side, there's one on the top, so they're split. So you've got an air gap, and
Okay,
you just it's a 2 inch plug.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to ask. How big was the hole?
yeah,
How
yeah.
long you
Two
been
inches,
standing out
just a
there?
pipe wrench, and not, yeah, hit it with a steel saw, knock it off, and you're good.
Okay, all right. And then on let's say on your single drum, what is your single drum? What does that weigh? What's the empty weight on that?
Man, the most popular model is a 1236. That means it's 12 foot wide, 36-inch diameter drum. That unit empty weighs 5,800.
And what
But
size
you can get
tractor would you recommend? Say if somebody just wanted the small one or the single drum to kind of work on their pasture a little bit and check it out, what size tractor are they going to need to pull that with? Because you're talking about the water and everything else.
and all of our stuff is rated maximum water. So if you look on the website and you're looking at all the horsepower ratings, for the average unit like that, a 10 or 12 foot, 80 to 100, 110. You don't need make a lot of power because the rolling resistance is very low. The weight transfer on the blades is really quick, so you're not really dragging and plowing.
Okay.
The blades are hitting, and so it rolls very easy.
Okay. And so you said they're made here around Waco. Do you have dealers across the country?
No, sir, we are factory direct.
Okay. So you
We
ship
sell direct and we ship them all over.
Okay. So if somebody's looking for one, and say they've got a particular property that they've got, whether they're like some of these deer farms, stuff like that, do you do any customized drums for specific areas, or everything pretty much just one pattern?
When you're talking about getting into game ranches, then it's more width than it is drum diameter.
Yeah.
And we make anything 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 19 foot wide. So we've got small and big.
Okay.
We do have seeder options. We've got a seeder package of a hydraulically driven broadcast seeder, rear drawbars to pull harrows and stuff like that to help manage that brush and stir up the ground. It's really beneficial for cattlemen. Pull a little small harrow back there, bust up the manure, and helps disperse it and get it in the ground faster.
Okay. And what kind of feedback have you been getting from the folks? You said you got some in Australia and all across the country. What kind of feedback do you get from these guys when they try them out? Is it something that they've used before? They said, I want to get something like that and use it, or are they like a first time user and they're pretty surprised at the results that they get?
But it's kind of across the board. We're here, the most thing I hear is, man, I've been looking at these online for years and I finally decided to get one. That's the most people I talk to, but some people, their granddad had one. And if you're growing grass, a good rule of thumb is you're going to increase your forage production about 1,000 pounds per acre per cutting cycle. So if you get, say a small bale, round bale,
mm-hmm.
and if you get 3 cuttings a year, you're going to increase your production about 3 bales an acre.
Okay.
And you can also consider that in your pasture ground too. It's hard to measure the grass because the cows are chewing on it, but growth is growth, and you're getting increased forage there.
All right. Do you have any programs to where, say, somebody's been checking, like I say, they've been checking these out for a while, looking them online, kind of seeing. Do you do any particular like demos anywhere where you take it out, they take it out and try it and see it, or do you have demo days in certain areas for people to come out and kind of see how they work?
Yes, sir. We do demo days pretty much across the country, but not super far away. But up in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri. I've actually got one next week in Northeast Texas at the University in Commerce, at Texas A&M Commerce.
Okay.
If anybody interested, if they want to reach out, I can get them hooked up with that.
Okay, yeah, that's right down the road from me. All right, so that's good.
From you?
Oh yeah, yeah. I live probably 10, 15 minutes from Commerce, so it's close. To order one of these or to buy one of these, purchase one, and somebody's been looking at for a while, what is the best link or the best website to send them to that's going to have all the information that they could ever need if they're interested in purchasing one or coming out to a demo?
Man, RanchWorx.com, and it's RanchWorx. So RanchWorx.com will give you all the information. We can, if they'll mention this show when they call in, or put it in the verbiage when they're typing in their stuff, if they're doing it after hours, I can hook them up with a little special incentive for all your people.
Okay. All right. We will definitely let them know that, to check you guys out and look it up, because I know out there I'm at You know, it's a lot of hay country out there and a lot of hay balers, and I'm pretty sure they'd be real interested in adding a few more bells to their rolls.
Yep. And if you're selling hay, this machine will pay for itself pretty quick because the maintenance is almost zero. The blades last about 35,000 acres, and a tube of grease is pretty cheap. If you keep those 4 bearings greased up, then it's a lifetime piece of equipment.
Okay. All right. Well, Jarrod, man, I appreciate you visiting with us and telling us a little bit about, you know, the aerators from RanchWorx and how they work, and hopefully the folks learn some stuff about them, and they'll look you up, check you out, and maybe hit you up at one of the demo days.
Absolutely. Just let me know. You can call straight down there, or like I said, go on the website, and we'll get you taken care of.
All right, Jarrod, I appreciate it. We'll see you down the road.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. So there you go. Check it out. RanchWorx Aerator. Get out there, look them up, check them out, especially you hay guys doing hay. Like he said, tell them where you saw it right here. And I'll give you a little special deal. So check it out. RanchWorx, look them up, Google it. Google is your friend. So do that. What else we're going to do is this. The Ultimate Bullfighters. Ultimate Bullfighters World Cup is coming back to Cowtown, to the Cowtown Coliseum on December the 6th and 7th. You can go watch the Freestyle Bullfight World Finals, the 6th and 7th, or the 13th and 14th, or all 4 days. It's up to you. You can get your tickets at Cowtown Coliseum, but this is what you get. Check it out. Get down to Cowtown, man. Get down to Cowtown. It's right there in the stockyards. So you can go out there. You can hang out in the stockyards all day. You can shop. You can eat. You can drink. Whatever you want to do. Right there in the stockyards. Check out everything that's happening down there. And then watch the freestyle bullfights, man. It's a good time. Watch some dudes get wrecked out big time. Because it happens. It's going to happen. It's not if and when. Oh, it's happening. Every time. With that, the National Cutting Horse Association is putting on the Celebrity Cutting this year at Fort Worth. They are doing the celebrity cuttings now, and it is going to be co-chaired by a name you've heard before, Nicole Sheridan. And it's going to take place November 29th, so you better get tickets now if you're going to go. And you're going to see a lot of cast members from Yellowstone like you've previously seen before at the celebrity cutting happening downtown Cowtown. It's just NCHA is doing it this time around. So anyhow, check this out.
Don't miss the NCHA Celebrity Cutting, benefiting UT Southwestern Fort Worth, presented by Icon Global. Come cheer on celebrities like Brandon Sklenar from 1923, Jefferson White from Yellowstone, as well as Jen Landon, pro polo player Nacho Figueres, legendary show creator Taylor Sheridan, and many more. It's all happening Friday, November 29th at 7 p.m. at the Will Rogers Coliseum. Get your tickets now by scanning the QR code on your screen.
Okie doke. Let me scan no QR code. Just go down there and get them. Or you can scan it. It's up to you. That's up to you. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good time. I'm not sure what all is going to take place. I don't know if they're having anything other than the cutting. I'm not sure. But I'm sure you will find out if you get there. Anyway, it's going to be a good time. And while you're down there at the Will Rogers, the Best of the West trade show is happening. So you can shop all you want. You can buy tractors, trailers, horses, whatever you want. It's down there. Best of the West trade show. Do it. Also do this. Professional Bull Riders. The Professional Bull Riders, PBR. They are in the middle of figuring out where you're going to watch the PBR. You can watch PBR on YouTube. You can watch it on the PBR app. Right now, the PBR app is free. So you can watch it for free on the app. Free. I've seen so many people on the internet complaining about paying for something. No, right now, the app is free. 2025, going to be a different story. But anyway, right now you can watch it. I think Pluto still has it on there. PBR's YouTube, I believe they're even streaming it there. There's a couple other places. Just go to PBR.com and look around on their website, and they will tell you exactly where to watch it. Now, what happened recently in Ontario, which I thought Ontario was in Canada? In Ontario in Canada? That's what I thought. But apparently it was in Ontario, California. I didn't know. So, this is what happened. Two-time PBR world champion Jose Lemmy goes 90 points, not once, but twice. Dose times. Twice to win the PBR Ontario. He is gunning for his third world title. He's headed to St. Louis, Missouri event in number 3. Setting in the number 3 spot. So, one of those 90-point rides is right here for you guys to enjoy.
In a better position, and away we go.
Leads there clean.
Lemmy not only able to land a second score, but Homebrew became a very big fish. He's going to love this one.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lead change right here. Jose does what he does best and opens up with that outside leg. Really solid ride right there by Jose.
He needs 87 and a half to move to the lead, and Coop, he gets 90 and a quarter.
Yeah, and this is why the ROB right here, 3 1/4 over, and that's because Jose's opening up with this outside leg as this ride goes along, and he's showing the judges, hey, I'm in dominating position on the back of this bull right here.
And by my calculation, gang, that is his 83rd 90 or better ride. Remember, very much getting close to Chris Shivers. Let's send it down to Kate.
Not the way you want to start the season a week ago. How big is it to turn it around and be on top right now?
Well, it's always good to have those shakes, you know. I didn't start it like I wanted, but I came here. I practiced at home before I came to this event. I feel great. I feel ready. And I'm ready to chase that third gold buckle.
Love it. What a ride. Good luck coming up, Jose.
Thank you.
Rides like that are going to make the chase perhaps a bit easier. 90 and a quarter. Lemmy blanked last week, in the lead this week. Plenty still to decide.
Craig Homer. You got to give it up to Craig Homer. This dude's been a PBR commentator forever, and he's not even from the PBR world or rodeo world at all. That dude is a professional broadcaster. That dude is good. Anyway, speaking of PBR that just happened, let's break down the top 10 from the Ontario event, and that's going to be number 10. You got Eduardo Parasidu. Then you got Anderson de Oliveira. Boy, this tripped me up here. And then former Nino from the show. We had him on here when he was just a youngster, Mason Taylor. Then Kayiki Pacheco, Dawson Branton, Luciano De Castro, Dalton Cassell at 4, Lucas Davino 3, Andrew Alvarez, man. And then Jose Vitor Lemmy, number 1. I guess I'm not watching enough PBR because I got to learn how to speak. I got to learn to speak again. But that's how it goes. That's what happens when you're busy. That's what I've been busy, guys. I've been real busy. I went down to Central Texas to go ride some horses. Rode a big ranch down there with my ponies. Put some miles on the young ones. I've been doing that. I have been with Texas Paranormal 903. We did some ghost watching, paranormal investigations. The weekend before that, and the week I was somewhere else. I've not been home for a weekend in ever, but that's going to change. Or probably not, because it's fixing to be holiday season, so I got to go. But anyway, I went down to Central Texas to, I think it's called Prairie Haynes Ranch, and they've been trying to get me to come down there for a while to check some stuff out, so I was like, I would check it out and see what's happening. So I went down there and rode around that big place, and that is a nice place. You roll down there, camp out, ride around, check stuff out, put miles on the ponies. I put miles on them. It was a good time. What else did I do? What else have I done since I've been here? Oh, I went and I guess, I don't know if you remember old Kenneth that's been on the show before with his old lady, now I went blank. Now she's going to be mad because she shoots pictures for me. She was here. She did the monkey story. Why is my mind blank? Oh, Lindsay. Oh, my mind went blank. You was way off too. I don't know why my mind went blank all of a sudden, and they're probably watching like, what the wrong with you? Anyway, we went and hauled our ponies to Mesquite Rodeo, and did a little pickup man bull roping action for the world's senior professional bull riders a couple weeks ago. I think there's a photo of that also. Maybe a picture of that. 2 guys on horses just standing there. Looks like a Brokeback Mountain cover. I think you have that photo. Do you? I don't know. It's on there somewhere, I thought. I don't know. 2 guys on horses. Looks weird. Maybe it's there. I don't know. But that was the World Senior Professional Bull Riders event in Mesquite, Texas. Mesquite Rodeo. That was a pretty good deal. They'll be back there again. I think in April they'll be down there doing that. So, what else is happening? Is it? I don't know. There was a picture on there somebody took and they sent it. I was like, what in the world? What? I told you, right? I was like, what is that? What are they doing? There is no sheep there at all. There's no sheep. But that was a good time. We had a good time. I got to work some horses. I hauled my colt up there and let him work a little bit, and a couple of my other horses, and it was a good time working that deal. But something else is coming up for you guys that you need to know about, and that is the Rodeo Cowboy Alumni luncheon that's going to take place March 29th in Fort Worth. It's in the stockyard. It's going to happen at Cooper's Barbecue. You do not have to be a member to come to the luncheon. But if you want to be a member, that helps. It is the alumni was formed back in the 90s to kind of keep, this is back before internet, guys. There was no internet back in the 90s. So this was formed back in 1990 to keep, former contestants and friends, fans of rodeo, kind of all together and support the sport of rodeo. What this project does, it's a nonprofit, and this organization, they support the Lane Frost Memorial Scholarship and the John R. Hatley Memorial Scholarship. And these scholarships are awarded to high school rodeo kids that are at the National High School Finals Rodeo Association. And the National High School Finals will select a group of kids, and then that's how you'll get the scholarships awarded to these guys. And they range from $2,000 to $4,000. It is currently the highest paid scholarship that you get from them, which is $4,000 a piece, which helps them kids a long way to help the rodeo career. But anyway, you need to be out there. It's always a star-studded event. You never know what former rodeo athletes are going to be there. And also, there may be some movie guys there that's been in some movies you may or may have not seen possibly. So get on Facebook and search up Rodeo Cowboy Alumni. Find the Facebook, look it up. There's an event post on there. You can click the event. All the items that are going to be in the auction, because there's an auction there. So you're going to have a live auction, a silent auction. There's going to be live entertainment. Somebody's going to be playing some music, singing some songs. There's going to be some good old barbecue to eat and just a good old time. And then when the luncheon's over, it runs from about 11 to 3:30. When it's done, you go outside, walk across the street, and there's Billy Bob's and the entire stockyards. So you can spend the whole rest of the day wandering around at the stockyards. And one of the donors right off the bat that jumped on this deal and was like, hey, I want to donate to this great cause, the scholarship fund, and that is Miss Molly's Hotel in the Fort Worth stockyards. The legendary Miss Molly's, old school brothel back in the day, also very haunted, one of the top haunted locations there is, especially in Fort Worth, at Miss Molly's Hotel. So they are going to be, they donated a night's stay there. So it's either going to be in the live auction or the silent auction, but it's going to be there. Maybe even the raffle. They do it all. It's a good time, guys. Go look on the Facebook, check out the photos from last year, and see what's happening, because you're going to want to be there. You're going to want to do it. You're going to like it. Don't take my word for it. Go look for yourself. And like I say, you don't have to be a member if you don't want to be, but membership's only $25. $25 for you, or hold on, $35 for your whole family. Why not? You spend that at the gas station getting junk food for a road trip. Come on, go do it. Check it out. So anyway, Rodeo Cowboy Alumni, the Fort Worth luncheon's happening. So you're gonna want to do that. And what else you're gonna want to do is is there a Seat Geek over there? Somebody asked me about this the other day. I had a couple of messages come to this because, okay, if you want to buy tickets to an event like the Kid Rockin' Rodeos, tickets are on sale already. If you're buying tickets from SeatGeek, it don't matter if you're buying for the PBR event, for a Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Mavericks, wherever you're buying event tickets. If you have never used SeatGeek, this is your first time to sign up. It only works if it's your first time. If it's your first time to buy tickets from SeatGeek, if you will use the code, all caps, Pepper Stewart, you got to spell it right, Pepper Stewart. Use that code on SeatGeek, you get $20 off of your tickets. And that $20 helps because if you know, ever bought tickets from these online things, you got your ticket price, you got your fee price, you got your access price, you got your tax you for the heck of it price on there. So that $20 knocking off your price, your total price, is gonna help. It helps. And it's helped quite a few folks. But then I had a couple people that's hit me up and say, hey man, it didn't work. Well, it only works the first purchase from SeatGeek. So that is what it is. So you just go to best thing to do, just go to pepperstewart.com and look around and click on that, because you can also get some shirts from Ag Gear. Ag Gear has some shirts. They've got some special deals going on right now. So if you go to the website and you click the link, go order you some shirts, check them out. Or you can just go to Ag Gear and buy you some shirts and use the code Pepper or Pepper Stewart as your discount code, and bam. I think it's like 15% or something. You get something. You get something off. So I mean, as high as everything is right now, a little bit off is good. So as always, just go to the website. Just go to the website, because that's where everything's at. The link to all the past shows are there. And for some reason, you people have stumbled upon my YouTube storage. You people, y'all did that because we store all the episodes on YouTube. We don't promote the YouTube. We just store the shows there so we can get them later, cut them up, whatever. Well, somebody found it because I got notified the other day we had 1.2 million views. So somebody stumbled across it. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it. So if that's what you want to do, go for it. Go to YouTube. Look them up. Everything's there. Bunch of crazy stuff for you to see. So check it out. Subscribe there if you want to subscribe to it. I mean, why would you not? You get this genius information. And there's tons of videos like this. Message in a bottle. Who did that? I really like these stories when I run across them. These messages in a bottle, because, you know, it's like a historic thing. And this one here is pretty neat, I think. It's 132 years old. So let's take a gander at this clip and see exactly what they found.
It's not a classic Sting song, but it is a message in a bottle dating back to 1892.
Engineers in Scotland made the discovery in an old lighthouse. The perfectly preserved note, written 132 years ago, is hidden in the walls. It details the work other engineers have performed to install glass in the structure. And it includes the workers' names. The men who discovered the piece of history were actually there to work on that same exact piece of glass that the original engineers had installed.
It was like the guys that wrote it were here with us. It was like that. We could feel them.
To have that absolute connection and see their handwriting and think what possessed them to put it in a bottle and put it under a floorboard. It's fantastic.
This lighthouse is now part of a hotel at the site. The letter is being returned to the location where it was found, and the current engineers plan to add their own note for future generations.
So there's your message in the bottle. And for Miss News Lady there, I have been informed that message in a bottle is not by Sting. It's by the police. So goes to show how much research your news people do. No wonder the news is so corrupt. They don't even do any research. How would you not know? The police. Maybe she couldn't say police. Maybe that was against her script. Yeah. It's like, no, it was Sting. No, it was the police. So the message in the bottle is pretty good though. It's pretty neat. It's 130. I think that's the oldest one that we stumbled across. I think most of them that we've found, these stories have been 50 years, 60 years, but 132 years. That's something else. What else is something else? Which I think is the dumbest thing ever, because how bored do you have to be for this? We always scan for your favorite Guinness World Records. Everybody wants to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for something. How many potatoes they stacked in a circle, or how many people have a left hand in the air at the same time, or who can twitch their ear upside down from a monkey bars. I mean, everybody comes up with the weirdest, dumbest things to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. But you got to remember, back in the old days, that was the original internet. So if you did anything spectacular, anything interesting, you were in the Guinness Book of World Records, which could be considered the first internet viral. Maybe your first viral internet moment could be that, because the original internet was the encyclopedia. And depending on how old you are, you're like, wait, what is that even? Wikipedia? No, the encyclopedia. So these folks were just sitting around. I don't know what they were doing, why they were doing it. I don't know. But this guy named David and his wife Jennifer decided they wanted to get a Guinness World Records. Like, you know what? What do we do fast? And he's like, well, she's like, no, we can't use that. We got to do something else. So like, how fast can we hang clothes? And you're like, what? Hanging clothes? How fast can you hang clothes? So these knuckleheads decided that they wanted to set the new Guinness World Record for hanging up 10 items of clothes in the fastest amount of time. So look at this.
Asking my wife to put away the clothes and then hurry up while doing it may have been one of the riskiest things I've ever done. But taking risks is sometimes what it takes to break world records. This record was for the fastest time to hang up 10 items of clothing, team of 2, but it couldn't just be any 10 pieces. Guinness has a list, so I raided the closet. But some buttons are harder to insert, and some zippers are harder to close. Therefore, the selection process was nearly as brutal as The Bachelorette. But even with the right clothes, it wasn't easy. We practiced and failed to beat the current 57.87 second mark. Uh-oh. So we tried again, and again, and again, fruitlessly putting away the same 10 pieces of clothing over and over, like we do with our toddlers. When it was finally time to make an official attempt, we gathered the crew, mixed up the clothes, and started on go. We grabbed and folded, and clasped and zipped. We hung and flattened, and finally, after 51.8 seconds, the record was ours. We hugged, we kissed, we collapsed with exhaustion. My name is David Record Breaker Rush, and I hold the most Guinness World Records titles. Come on!
Yeah, so that's a couple minutes you can't get back. You had to watch it, so now you had to watch it. I watched it, now you got to watch it. I didn't want to be the only one that suffered through that ridiculous Guinness World Record. I'm like, man, what happened to the world record for collecting giraffe feces? Remember we did that story with the lady that was smuggling in giraffe poop and making jewelry out of it? That was way more interesting. That's better than trying to hang clothes the fastest. My good God. What else is happening? What else is happening? Because I never get out here and really talk to the people. The people say, man, you never really talk to us. You don't tell us any stories. No, I don't. Gladiator 2 is coming out. I'm probably going to go watch that after I go eat steak for Turkey Day. Go to the steakhouse for Turkey Day, eat a little bovine, and watch a little man-on-man action at the Gladiator. So check it out. Gladiator 2 is coming out. It's going to be some combat, a lot of action. They're claiming it's going to be 10 times better than the original, the first one. So you take a gander and see if you're going to go watch this.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
Did you hear that crowd? The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
General Acacius, there are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects, she must feed them.
They can eat war.
The arena turns slaves into gladiators, the gladiators into free men.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start.
Did you now?
Rage. That rage is your gift.
This is about survival! Survive! Hold together, and when it charges, break for the wall.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much.
The general will do.
Rome must fall. I need only give it a push.
Will we make it out alive? All right.
Chairs on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum doors.
This ring belonged to Maximus. Now I give it to you. What is the dream of Rome? Her people are not free.
I was owned. Now I will control an empire.
I will not waste another generation of young men for their vanity.
Strength among us! This is how Rome treats its heroes!
Chairs on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum doors.
The gods have spoken!
Go watch it. I'm going to watch it. So you go watch it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to go check it out because I found a theater that I like called the IPIC Theater. They're called IPIC, IPIC Theaters. They're really nice theaters. You get to sit in these recliners. It's kind of like a recliner chair with your table to eat on. They serve food, drinks, whatever you want to eat, even popcorn and stuff. And you sit in these two chairs together. So you're not like in a whole row of people. So it's just two of you in your own like little area. And you sit right there, you recline, you hit the button, you order your food, whatever, and you watch the show. That's the best place I've found to watch a moving picture. So check it out. Also, there is some stuff going on in Utah. Running on the highway. In the highway, this happened here in Utah. What's happening in Utah? Something's on the loose. Isn't it the Mormons up there? The Mormons on the loose? Isn't that Mormon country in Utah? I thought that was Mormon country. Up there in Utah, a lot of that. I don't know. I hadn't watched Big Love in a while. That was a good show back in the old days. Bill Paxton. All right, so there was a loose horse that was wrangled, which means caught in normal people speak. A loose horse was caught after running on a Utah highway. That sucker was on the run. Police and members of the public came together in Utah to rescue an escaped horse that went running on a busy highway. Springville Police Department said the filly was first spotted near Walmart, probably doing some shopping, in Springville before making her way down Spanish Fork Main Street. She stirred up a little bit of trouble and went to Culver's, tried to get a burger. One of them butter burgers from Culver's are nice, and I think that's what she was doing. That's what it says here. It says she was trying to get a burger. Then she took off and went down US 6, where unsuspected drivers saw a full siren police car chasing a horse. Police were able to corner this horse at Motor Sportsland. Not sure what that is. They had a couple awesome citizens who took a liking to the horse and helped the officers by roping. Wait a minute. You didn't rope and... Who wrote this? It says they roped the horse and they bridled it. You didn't bridle the horse. You roped the horse. You caught the horse. You probably put a halter on, or you used your rope and made it to a halter. You put it around the neck, and then you go around the nose and back through. Made a halter. You didn't bridle. Who's running around with a bridle? Hey, we caught this horse running the street. Let's put our bridle on it. No, not how it works, people. In Utah, they were able to get her caught and into the trailer from the Utah County Sheriff's Office. So that horse has been arrested. Probably charged with a felony traffic stop. Because if you run from the police, it is a felony. I know that because I know someone who got 6 years in prison for running from the police. What else we got going on? I think we've spent the day rambling about enough stuff. So it's probably going to be, I don't know when you're watching this, people. I don't know if you're watching it now, if you're watching it later. But anyway, we're going to be doing some things, changing some things, regroup up for the new year, kind of mix it up a little bit, do little things different, do some different guests, different topics, different things possibly. So coming back in 2025, you'll just have to tune in to see what's happening.